So good morning, this is Mike with Mike and Susan's Adventures. I am up here in Harrisonburg. This is the KOA. We are going to be going on a trail ride today, but with the Hampton Roads Jeep Club. But since this is the campground that the people use, and I'll probably use in the future, I wanted to take a quick look at it and see what we look like. We've got some cabins out here. The spaces seem to be of halfway decent size. Although not all of the water boxes and or electrical boxes and water hookups are actually near the rear of the campsite. Some of them are close to the front. So, well, we are on the road. We've got about a 45 minutes to an hour, probably close to an hour with the weather. Trip up to where we can get our pass to go on to Peters Mill OHV. As you can tell, it's a wintry mix today. Rain, sleet, and snow. Earlier it was more sleet. I think right now we're getting a little bit more rain, but it's all good. So I got about 3 Jeeps in front of me, and as far as I can see in my rear view mirror, we're off. Well, not on the trail yet, but we have started our climb. And there is the sign. George Washington National Forest.
Welcome to George Washington National Forest.
Yep, hear it on the radio. Away we go. Just saw a snowplow coming down the hill. So at least the main road's getting in here, getting treated. But hopefully we'll be the first on the trail today and enjoy some wheeling. Okay, we're coming into the parking lot for Peters Mill. It's the air down area. So I'm gonna get in here. We're going to air down and then we'll see you on the trail. Does indeed look like we're the first.
We're coming off of a rock pose on. If you want to pose on a rock, you're going to go to the right after the tree.
Poser Rock coming up.
Spot you. If you don't, just continue up the trail and park. I don't even remember there being a posing rock here, to be honest. It's more like a stone. Okay, got it. There's a few options. I did it last time. Alright, everyone ready to roll? Everyone's good back here. Fred, stay on the back. Copy, Fred. Fred, are you out there? Roll, Fred.
Well, we're in 4 low today, and nothing real hard here. Just a little bit of wet and a little bit of snow, but and I'm running the BFG.
Hey, for those of you who are still pretty new at this and have a CB and can hear me,
KOs.
if there's an obstacle you want to try that you see some of us doing, just let me know.
Well, I haven't had any slippage, so
you know, we can try and get you up, and if you can,
we're doing well.
But you never know until you try.
Nice and easy. I still don't know if it's my TPMS or that tire really didn't air down. I still got one reading 28. I don't know why, that right rear. But I'm gonna go with the handheld gauge as being closer at 16. So before I trust the TPMS. Well, that wasn't bad. I didn't realize I needed a bypass, but we got through it just fine. I don't know if I caught that on camera. She was a good sized puddle. So one thing that is nice about these TerraFlex rims is that there's no place to catch water in them, so I don't have to worry about buildup of water, or on a day like today, it icing over sitting there in the rim. So
yeah, I still have a piece of dicky bell at home. We able to get both tires on. But it's shallow.
as you can see there, I had to take a short break waiting on the them razors.
But today,
I thought this was a one-way trail when I read on the website, but I guess not. They say that one of the guys I was talking to in our group says they pass people coming the other direction all the time, so I don't know. I don't know. There are places to pass, but
we're moving.
here comes another one of our, oh, this one's a small one. There are plenty of little mud puddles through here though. And some little creek beds. Passed a couple of them already where you got boards on the outboard half. It's fairly shallow on the other half, but it's got boards on the outboard side just to help keep from slipping and stop erosion downhill. But that's all good. It's actually pretty out here today. It's not much snow, just enough to cover the ground. It's wet snow, so fairly easy to pack and get through. Oh, here comes a little more of a proper mud hole. Doesn't look very deep though. Not watching her go through it. She's also got much bigger tires than I do. And you probably can't see it with that camera angle view, but there is one of our little creek crossings with the boards. And another proper mud hole. Bottoms of them do feel very solid. Really doesn't matter how much water's on top, as long as you don't drown your Jeep if the bottom is solid. I'm running BFG all-terrain, so no problem whatsoever in it today. Haven't decided if I'm doing flagpole tomorrow or not. Flagpole's a more difficult run than this. My question is just, with snow on it, I can't see, and first time out on it. We'll see though. I was watching a video of flagpole, and I noticed after a certain point that all the stock vehicles disappeared. And while I am not stock, I do have a 2-inch lift and 33s. And then I have the extended bump stops, the TerraFlex extended bump stops, to keep them tires from coming back up into my wheel wells. I prefer to have my vehicle one level above the trails that I'm doing. So most of the time I just prefer trails that stock vehicles can do. So, but that's just me. When I was younger, shoot, 20 years ago plus, I guess. 20 years ago this year, as a matter of fact. I put my XJ through a lot harder stuff. And she was a 3-inch lift with 31s. Although, of course, it was a Jeep, so eventually she ended up on 6-inch lift with 33s, but I can't just partially do a Jeep, I guess. Although I'm real happy with my Jeep the way it sits right now for the type of stuff I do, there is more things that I have on my wish list, of course. It's a Jeep. So, another small mud hole. Ease it in, power through. Here, just a little ways back past milepost 9. When I go to edit this, I'm going to do my best to keep it in order. But because I shoot some on my GoPro and some on my iPhone, if I get some, if you know the trail and I get some out of order, please forgive me. It wasn't intentional. I know y'all from out west and stuff. I'm going to say this isn't no snow. And you're right, it's not. I used to live out in Kansas. And my brother lived in Denver. But it's just pretty up here on the mountain with snow. I'm not sure which I like better, the snow or being in the spring, summer, and fall where you got all the green out, or the color of the leaves in the fall. Although one nice thing about winter is you can, not right this second, you know, you can see from mountain to mountain, and while you're on the trails, because you can kind of see through the trees without all the vegetation. You definitely can't do that when it's all green. So we've made it to 2,100 feet. So I guess it was just a TPMS issue. Our right rear tire is now reading 16 like the rest. So I tell you what, with it being a cold day, I really appreciated that fast, easy air down on these TerraFlex rims. Inching our way towards 22 and a half. Get this in here. I do want to say thanks for a great day to everybody from the Hampton Roads Jeep Club. And probably be back out with them again tomorrow too. So tomorrow's trail promises to be a little bit more challenging, which makes you wonder why this, well, I guess not. There's not a whole lot of Jeep Badge of Honor trails on the East Coast, and the guess you got to have something for the smaller Jeeps other than the Wranglers, you know, to be able to get out and do a Badge of Honor. Although I don't know why they don't include some of these other trails like Flagpole or Bald Mountain or any of those on the Jeep Badge of Honor. There's so few. There's only one in Virginia. Maybe because they're too close together. I don't know. Maybe they want you to travel further. Don't want you getting two in one day. And we have made it to 2,200 feet. And we are still climbing. So we've made it to 2,300 feet. Still climbing. Something I was thinking about though on the way here today. Listening to one of my podcasts. You know, you take a look around here as you watch the video, and when you get out on your own. How can anyone not believe there's a creator? You look at this. To think that all of this might have happened by chance? It doesn't happen by chance. You know, just meditate on that. A little bit of a rock garden going up here. Now at 23 and a half. Oh, look at that view out there. You probably can't see it on this camera.
Anybody else feeling like a live bobblehead? Yes. Too bad we don't have any margaritas. Got some bourbon in the RV. Now, I was talking margaritas, as much shaking as we're doing. It should taste good.
Shaken, not stirred.
If you think you're shaking with springs, you try leaf springs.
Oh. Still climbing. Thought a second ago that would be about the end of the climb, but we might see 2,400 yet.
Y'all done hurt our feelings not laughing at her joke. I'm just not over the CB.
I laughed, Esther.
I'm laughing on the inside.
Yay.
There's 2,400. Still climbing. I am really impressed with this Jeep though. Between the
I
traction,
feel like a roller coaster. I just feel
control,
like just drop off out of nowhere.
everything,
Top of the
I have
world,
had
huh?
no slipping today. I'm really surprised. $24 and a half, and we're still going up. Whew! That was a good one. Man, we've started our descent. So we maxed out at about 2,450 feet. Didn't get it on camera, but evidently going through the last mud hole, I got mud on my back bumper or wherever that sensor is for my blind spot awareness. So now I'm getting a warning on my right hand side that something's in my blind spot, and that blind spot awareness is not available at this time. Go figure. You got plenty of mud all over the Jeep. It'll be okay. It might be fun trying to find it for the first time to wipe it off before we get back on the interstate though. I just don't want it beeping at me the whole way back. I'm not quite sure what we're coming up on up here. Looks like somebody's been playing in some water. Although I don't see any water. It looks like they've just been doing donuts. That's great. Tear the trails up so they get closed down. So just remember, when you're out on the trails, especially in these national forests, you know, there are a lot of people who'd like to see these trails shut down. And although that person back there doesn't look like they actually did any damage with their donuts on top of the snow, all it would take is like one person that, and I have seen hikers out here even in the snow, everybody's got a camera with a, or a phone with a camera and a video recorder on it.
I do not see a yellow sign in front of me, and I see tire tracks. Oh, never mind, I lied. There it is, damn it.
I was just getting ready to say, yep, it's there.
The branches blocked it.
You can get somebody to take a picture of you doing something stupid like that and send it off, and next thing you know, a trail's closed. So
that's affirmative. You had your big woolly beard.
And we have made it to the end of the trail. And now we are back in two-wheel drive.